Hello my bookworms, welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Sydney and today's video is my February wrap up. I don't know if you can tell, but I got a new lens and I think it looks really good. Does it look really good? It's like super wide angle, so like if I zoom out, you get like the whole room and you see all my messes over here. Wow, never mind, don't look. Bye. But yeah, I mean, I hope that it looks nice. I don't know. Let's just get on into the video. I'm pretty sure I was supposed to read 8 books this month, and I ended up reading 6 books. So I mean, like, I'm not mad about it, but I definitely didn't read some of the books that I really did want to read. So let's just talk about it a little bit, yeah? So just like in my normal fashion, I am forgetful. So when picking my books for the month of February, I forgot about Buzzwordathon, so I didn't strategically pick anything or any book with a color in the title, which was the buzzword was a color. So I ended up adding on a different book to my TBR. It was a 5-star read, so like how I can't be mad about it. We'll just start out with that one. And that book was Black Girl Unlimited by Ekko Brown. This is a book that is noted as heavily autobiographical with magical realism elements. And I have truly never read another book like it. And I don't know if I ever will. It was incredible. The story is all about Ekko Brown, who is a wizard that lives on the east side. Here, all of the apartments are small and parents suffer from addiction to white rocks. Yet there is magic everywhere. And Ekko begins to see all of these portals coming into life as she is switching between her home on the east side and the rich school that she goes to on the west side. Through this coming of age story, it plays with the magical realism. So it's about Ekko growing up, but also dealing with the magic that is within her and how she can see the magic in other people. She could see the black veils of sadness which are floating over people. This book is just so entirely creative and just, like I said, unlike anything I've read. It explores the intersections of poverty, racism, sexual violence, depression in such an expert way. If you have yet to pick up Black Girl Unlimited, please, please, please don't put it off any longer. It was absolutely incredible. The next book I read in the month of February was Children of Virtue and Vengeance by Tomi Adiemi. This book I read because I landed on my phone a friend space on my TBR game, and Molly gave me the prompt of read a book that they gifted you, and this was the first book that they ever got me. So it was literally perfect. I was really excited. I've been wanting to get to this book, and it was really good. I know that people don't really like the second book in the series, which this is, by the way, the sequel to Children of Blood and Bone. I ended up giving it a 4 out of 5, and it's really hard for me because I loved Children of Blood and Bone with my whole heart. I would give it 10 out of 5 stars. Like, I just adored that book. I felt so many things while reading it. And this book, in my opinion, it just felt rushed. I feel like Children of Blood and Bone took its time and really told the story in a way that I really like. Like, I feel like it just had a lot more dynamic plot twists and just storytelling elements. I don't know, I just felt like there was more descriptions maybe. It just kind of felt rushed. I wanted more. I wanted to, I don't know, spend more time in the scenes that we were given. I hope that makes sense because I did still adore Tomi Adiemi's writing and I do love this world. I love our characters, but it just wasn't top notch for me like Children of Blood and Bone was. And that's really all I got. I just felt like it was rushed a little bit. The next book I read in the month of February, which I am so happy that I finally did, was Clap When You Land by Elizabeth Acevedo. And this book, 5 out of 5, for sure. On the first page, on the very first page, I put a blue tab, meaning I cried, or at least teared up. And I remember very vividly because I was showering after I had just worked out and I put on the audiobook and I remember just standing in the shower and I was like trying not to cry, you know, like making the face. Elizabeth Acevedo is, I'm like tearing up right now just thinking about this book. Who am I? Elizabeth Acevedo is just such a beautiful writer. And this book touches on a lot of things that I don't think about often enough. For example, one of our characters is Camino, who lives in the Dominican Republic. And she's talking about how they export all of the crops and goods that they have over the seas to the United States. And here in the United States, we have pretty much everything at our fingertips. When in reality, the people who are harvesting and creating all of these goods are suffering. And they're struggling to make ends meet. They're struggling to have dinner on the table for their family. Which that does happen in the United States as well, but not in the same way. This book was just like not sugarcoating anything, and it was incredible. I feel like this should be required reading. And I could talk about so many other points of this book and like topics that it covered, but I don't want to like take away from any reading experience that you may have while reading it. Please listen to me when I say read this book. The next book that I read in the month of February was Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas. This was for the Throne of Glass read-along that I am co-hosting, and the live show for the Throne of Glass book was on my channel, and I do have it posted, so I'll link it down below in case you want to hear Molly, Jody, and myself talk about this book, give some spoilery and non-spoilery discussions, and it's really good. I never thought that I would love this series, but I love it. Which is consistently blowing my mind. But yeah, I mean, this is the first book in the Throne of Glass series. In January, we read Assassin's Blade, and then in February, obviously, we read Throne of Glass. And I don't know why y'all hate on Throne of Glass. Like, I think it's a blast. I think it's really fun. Like, I went into this series not trying to be, like, super critical on the writing or critical on, I don't know, anything about it. I just wanted to enjoy it, and that's exactly what I'm doing. I didn't really expect to like it all that much, so, like, the bar was set pretty low, so that might have helped. But, like, I'm absolutely loving it, and I'm so excited to continue. I think that I would give it like a 3.5 to a 4 out of 5. I feel like if I were to critically rate it like on Cowpile System or something, it would probably be like a 3 point something. But on Goodreads, I gave it a 4 just because why the hell not? I don't know. I just had a lot of fun, and I'm really looking forward to continuing the series. And if you're interested in joining us in the future live shows and discussions, like, you have plenty of time to catch up. Yeah, those live shows are always fun, so I hope that you can join us in some future ones. The next book that I read in the month of February, which was my secret book of the month that you didn't know about because I landed on the secret space on my TBR game, was Monday's Not Coming by Tiffany D. Jackson. Now, with this book, I am obviously doing a secret reading vlog for it, and it's not out yet because three other books really, are in this secret vlog that will come out at the end of this next month in March. So like, you'll wait to see how this book ties into the other books and what that vlog is really about. But you at least know what this first book is in that vlog, and it is Monday's Not Coming. And holy shit, it's really good. I think I read this in 3 days, and in those 3 days, I worked 24 hours. Like, I worked on Tuesday and Wednesday, 12-hour shifts, and I still managed to read 40% of this book in those 2 days, and then I finished it on this third day, which I was off. I normally can only read maybe like, I don't know, 10 to 20 pages on days that I work normally. I read 42% of this book in 2 days that I worked. Like, I don't know if that's like going into your guys' head, but it's mind-blowing to me. Like, that doesn't happen. That's how invested I was into this story. And in the story, basically, we have our main character, Claudia, who is best friends with Monday Charles. And on the first day of school, Monday doesn't show up. And Claudia is calling, trying to get a hold of Monday. No one's picking up, and these two girls were thick as thieves. They were so close that they even, like, looked like each other. Dressed like each other, they were inseparable. So Monday randomly not showing up to school was pretty alarming to Claudia. And what makes it even weirder is that no adults, none of her friends, none of Monday's family seems to care at all. And it's wild. It's like a mystery thriller type book. My heart rate's like accelerating thinking about it. There are some like pretty big plot twists in this book. And I will say, like, I definitely saw the first one coming, but then the second one, I was beside myself. It was definitely a 5 out of 5. Wow, I feel like I'm flying through this wrap up. This is weird. The very last book that I read in the month of February was The Guest List by Lucy Foley. This book, was it a nightmare prompt? I think it was a nightmare prompt, but I do know that the prompt that it was read a book that someone you trust hated. And so this book was hated by Bree over at the Locked Booktition, and many other people also hated this book. But also a lot of people that I trust, on the other hand, loved this book. So it was really gonna be like a toss-up. And I don't know where I stand. Because I read this in 2 days. I did a lot of my reading at the very end of the month. I was not reading much at the beginning of February. But in the last 2 weeks, I really knocked some out. So anyways, the guest list. I will say right off the bat, I did not know that this book has like, I wouldn't say it's entirely graphic. I mean, it's kind of graphic. It has like descriptions of self-harm. And I think that I would have liked to know that. When it came up, I was obviously not expecting it, and it was so casual the way that it came up, which is like relatable. Like I get it. I get how self-harm can become like a casual thing. Like I went through it. I understand. But I just wasn't expecting it in this story, I guess. But that aside, the story itself, I mean, I did enjoy it. Let me just back up and like tell you a little bit about it so that you know what the hell I'm talking about. It's a thriller, all right? And it's basically like an exclusive wedding on a remote Irish island. And it says, the bride, the +1, the best man, the wedding planner, and the bridesmaid all have a secret, all have a motive, but only one is a murderer. And I mean, okay, so let me say, I think that this book did do some things very well. I did not dislike Lucy Foley's writing. I enjoyed the book, and she did a great job at like making me not trust a single person, and I definitely didn't see every plot twist coming. There were 2 plot twists that I actually like, you know, like dropped my mouth, or I did that little smirk that was like, I knew it. But then the other ones, I don't know, some things in this book just felt very convenient. And I mean, I don't know if that's accurate. It's kind of just how I feel. I feel like the book didn't wow me, but it wasn't bad either, you know? Like I was interested. I had a good time reading it, but like it was just good, you know? That's it. So I ended up giving it a 3 out of 5. I didn't hate it. I didn't love it. And yeah, I guess that's all I have to say. I'm checking my Goodreads because I genuinely feel like this wrap up didn't take long enough. And I just want to make sure that like I'm not forgetting anything. No, I guess that's it. Okay, I guess that's all I have for you today. If you're still watching, then leave the wizard emoji down below, you know, for Black Girl Unlimited, what's up? And also, don't forget to subscribe, like the video, I always appreciate your support. And of course, be kind to one another and happy reading. Bye!